Perhaps this is why Tyson Fury wanted a tune-up before facing Alexander Usyk in an undisputed unification, because he is looking very overweight here. We know that in recent fights he's been coming in heavy, and that's been working for him in the last 2 fights against Deontay Wilder, but he looks well in excess of 300 pounds in his training footage here. He looks very, very heavy. And against Alexander Usyk, being this heavy in some ways could be an advantage if he's going to get in there and lean his weight on Alexander Usyk. But how will he be able to get close to Usyk if he's this heavy? Yeah, the guy will be able to dance away from him more easily if he's coming in 300 pounds or whatever. So Tyson Fury, as we know, has had a history of ballooning up and down, yo-yoing up and down in weight, ballooning up and then coming down again. Eventually, that's going to catch up with you. Tyson Fury, I know he's a very confident character. I know he believes he can do everything, but there must be at least a niggling doubt, and in fact, I'm sure there is, in the back of his mind, that doing this right before a fight against Alexander Usyk is just a bit too risky. I don't care what Tyson Fury says about Usyk only being on the level of a Thomas Adamek. I think that's laughable. He's way better than Thomas Adamek. Tyson Fury is knowledgeable enough and intelligent enough to know that. So, yeah, I think that Tyson Fury is being sensible, to be honest with you, taking a fight before he faces Usyk. And obviously, he could fight Dillian Whyte next. That's the mandatory. But I'm talking about with a step-aside deal that was being proposed. Tyson Fury wanting to fight somebody first in a tune-up before facing Usyk. That's sensible as far as I'm concerned. Now, the $5 million extra that Anthony Joshua wanted for waiting longer, you can debate whether Anthony Joshua should have wanted again, to me, that's reasonable because you're being paid for the amount of time you have to wait for your title shot. If Tyson Fury's having 2 fights before he faces you rather than 1, it makes sense that you'd ask for more money. So I can understand where AJ was coming. I can understand where both sides are coming from. I can understand why Tyson Fury wants more time, and I can understand why AJ would want more money for having to wait longer. But in any event, Tyson Fury is getting what he wants anyway, right? Because he's getting a fight before Usyk, which is Dillian Whyte. And that's assuming it's Usyk because AJ will have the opportunity, if he fights Usyk next, to regain his world heavyweight titles. And then, of course, you would have Tyson Fury, if he comes through against Dillian Whyte, against AJ. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is this the reason why Tyson Fury isn't going or wasn't willing to go straight into an Alexander Usyk fight because he's way, way, way above even what he was in his last 2 fights, which was already heavy? Is this why? If he was closer in weight to what he was for the first Wilder fight, would he have requested or insisted upon an interim fight before facing Usyk in that step-aside deal? What do you guys think?